Hey YouTube, Mikey B here, doing my UFC 140 predictions. This one is for the light heavyweight belt, John Jones versus Machida. I noticed that I got like 600 and something views on my other video that I did predictions, and then 100 and something. So seems like I'm doing something right. So if you like, make sure to thumbs up, leave comments on who you think. Seems like I've been pretty accurate here lately. And also subscribe, friend, and let me know what you think. So I'm going to be doing the main card. Hold on, my dog is acting crazy. This is my little Jack Russell, by the way. Little cute dog. Yeah, you know he's cute. You know he's cute. Yeah. Okay. The first fight is going to be Mark Hominick and Jung Chang Sung, aka the Korean Zombie. Mark Hominick is 20-9, and the Korean Zombie is 14-3. Okay, we know Mark Hominick from getting that big thing on his head from fighting Jose Aldo, where he showed a lot of heart. He really, he's local, he's from Canada, but he showed a lot of heart. He showed that he had a gas tank, and he also has some of the more technical boxing that is really underrated. Whereas the Korean Zombie is more of a brawler. You've seen that in his fights, you know, how he just goes and swings for the fences. But what he showed a lot of people last time was in his win over, I believe it was Leonard Garcia, was that he actually had submissions. He put him in that crazy twister and submission of the year, you know, just so he showed that he had skills there too. So in this fight, I'm actually gonna take Hominick on this one, and I'm gonna take it in the sense that I believe he has the more technical boxing, and I believe he's been 5 rounds, and he knows what it's like, and he showed that as the fight progressed, he not only had heart, but he had the gas tank, because he won, you know, the last round. Aldo wasn't able to finish him, whereas the Korean Zombie, as the fight progresses, he's going to get more and more sloppy, and he's going to leave himself opening. So I see Mark Hominick finishing it by TKO, maybe late in the third. If he doesn't get it in the third, he might get it in the second, and if not, he'll definitely run away with a, I would say, a 29-28 clean across the board decision. Okay, the next one is another Canadian. This is going to be Claude, aka the Prince Patrick, versus Brian Ebersol. Okay. Claude is 15-1. He's doing pretty good things. He's replacing Rory Aries Macdonald, which if Rory Macdonald was fighting Ebersol, I believe he could finish Brian Ebersol, and that's a big statement because he's never been TKO'd or KO'd. He's 48-14. He has 14 KOs, 20 submissions. He's fought the likes of a lot of people. The most notable here recently would be Dennis Hallman in his banana hammock, and also Chris Lytle, who is a very well-rounded kickboxer who recently came off of a win and then went into retirement. Very good win by Chris Lytle. Brian Ebersol is actually on a 9-fight win streak. So I looked that up. I didn't realize that. So that gave me confidence to put my pick into him, being that he had the more experience. He's riding a good win streak, so he's coming in confident. And then being that Claude Patrick is a Canadian, he's going to have a lot of pressure. And being 15-1, he hasn't faced the pressure that he's going to be facing Saturday night. It's going to be a huge crowd, and everybody knows that Toronto fans are crazy. So even to guys like Josh Koscheck, he said it just blew his mind how crazy they were. So I'm going to actually take Brian Ebersol. I'm not really looking forward to this fight, but most likely it'll go 15 minutes, and then Brian Ebersol will get the victory. If not, the only way Claude's going to win this, in my mind, I see him. He could finish him, but I just don't see it happening. So if he wins, it's going to be a sloppy decision. I see it going decision no matter what, though. Okay, for this next one, it's going to be Tito Ortiz versus Antonio Rogero Nogueira, a.k.a. Little Nog. Little Nog, all the Nogs have had kind of a shaky run on the UFC. Seems like they haven't got the the shine like maybe Shogun or Dan Henderson, or some of the other fighters from the Pride days. Seems like they've taken a route similar to Crow Cop, although not as disastrous. Seems like they have more momentum here recently since the Dos Santos win because of the Brazilians. I believe it's 3 or 4 Brazilians hold belts in the UFC, so they believe that they are going to make another run. And being that Tito Ortiz is someone that can get them there, he's somewhat the gatekeeper to the upper echelon guys. It's going to be a good fight. Tito Ortiz is somewhat the $1 million man. Used to be the Huntington Beach bad boy. Now he wants to refer himself to as the People's Champ. He wants to express more positivity. He wants to end his career on a high note. And he said he's done trash talking. But he says he's done with the surgery. He's healthy. But you never know with him. He fights, and he does have a lot of heart. But he does fight injured, and the Nogueiras are injured too. That's just what happens when you have 2 veterans that have been fighting for a really long time coming in there. So with this fight, I think the key to this fight is the wrestling. I don't see Tito Ortiz getting submitted. I also didn't see Rampage getting submitted. I don't see a lot of those kind of guys getting submitted, but the key to this one is wrestling, because if Tito wants to bang, like I heard him in an interview say, he said, I got fight of the night last time, and the time before that I got submission of the night, now I'm going to go for knockout of the night. That would be a bad idea. You do not want to box with the Nogueiras. You do not want to do that. They have the power to knock you out at any given time. And they have great jiu-jitsu, even though Chael Sonnen wouldn't think so. I think they got their black belt from a Cracker Jack box. That's a whole nother story, though. I think it's bullshit that Sonnen is not going to fight Anderson Silva. And Anderson Silva seems like he's ducking a lot of people. So I don't know. But I think this one will come down to who can do the wrestling. Who can? If Tito Ortiz comes in vintage, healthy, able to take an ass whooping and able to put one on, I see him being able to win this. But we need vintage Tito. We don't need the guy that's gonna get punched in the face and then lose a decision. So, but that's the only way I see Tito winning this one. If not, then Antonio will get the win that he needs right now. They both actually need a win. So. But I'm actually going to take Tito Ortiz on this one. The next fight, we have Frank Mir versus Big Nog. He's just the bigger version of the Nogueiras. They look like they could be twins, But Nogueira, Big Nog seems like in my opinion, he's a better fighter. He is a champion. But so is Frank Mir. And Frank Mir's coming off of a pretty decent fight against Roy Nelson, but it wasn't too exciting, but he did show that he is well-rounded. He shows that he has the size to hang, above guys like Roy Nelson, but maybe underneath Dos Santos and Alistair and Brock and all those guys. Carwin even though Carwin's injured. I just don't know about Frank Mir. I like Frank Mir. I'm a fan of Frank Mir. I like his philosophy. But I just don't know if he's going to be able to get that belt again. But he is well-rounded enough if he plays his cards right that he could get another title shot. If he wins this, he could actually contend and make a case for another title shot after Alistair and Brock and Dos Santos work all their stuff out. I think this one comes down to Frank Mir being the bigger, stronger guy, and I think whichever man executes his game plan better and to the T is going to win this fight. As grimy as it sounds, I see Frank Mir. He needs to take it to the cage, do the old GSP plan, lean on him, wear Big Nog's arms out so he can't punch, and throw Muay Thai kicks and take out his legs from him. After that, then Once he loses his power, his jiu-jitsu and everything else will go, and it'll be harder for him to get a submission, bring it to the ground in the later matches, in the later rounds, and grind out a victory. He could even get a TKO in the later part of the rounds, because I believe Frank Mir has more of a gas tank. But I see Frank Mir winning this one, but he doesn't want it to go to the ground too early with Nog, even though he has good jiu-jitsu. He doesn't want to do that. So I would say in order for him to win this fight, he needs to wear it on him and pick his shots and not get careless, be technical, and he could come out winning this fight. He could even finish this fight, in my opinion. I know Big Nog just came off that win, but I don't think that's going to be enough. That was just Brandon Schaub. That's not Frank Mir. Big Nog is actually taking a big step up in competition with this one. Okay, for the main event, Johnny Bones Jones versus Lyoto, I drink my own piss, Machida. So, I like Machida, but he drinks his own piss, and that's fucking disgusting. Okay? And it's true. Look it up if you don't believe me. He drinks his own piss. Okay? I think, Machida actually, the way I look at this fight, is maybe some distorted logic, but Machida lost to Shogun, got finished, TKO'd by Shogun, but Jon Jones destroyed Shogun. Like, made it look way too easy. And then Machida loses to Shogun. It just makes me think that he will not be able to beat Jon Jones. They're similar fighters in the sense that they both like to keep their distance. They're both counter strikers, and they both like to use an array of moves. I just see Jon Jones being too big, too strong, too young. He showed in one of the things that was questionable was his gas tank, and he showed during the Rampage fight that he does have a gas tank. He showed that he is able to be elusive enough to not get hit because he avoided Rampage's power, which is something he said, I don't get hit a lot in practice, but it's not a question of my chin, it's a matter of people can't get to me. So it's a question of whether Machida will be able to get to Jon Jones or not. This one I see being a technical striking match with Jon Jones having the length and the reach to his advantage, and also having the wrestling to his advantage. And we haven't seen Machida too many submissions. It's not really what he's known for. He's shown knocking out Thiago Alves. He's shown knocking out Rashad Evans, but I don't see him knocking out Jon Jones. If he does, Brazil's gonna go fucking crazy, like crazy. But I just don't see it happening. I like Jon Jones' chances in this, and I think he will finish him, just like he's finished Rampage, just like he finished, Brandon Vera, just like he finished, who else, an array of people, Shogun, an array of people that he's, fought. They say that the key is Jon Jones' legs. He has skinny legs. So Machida, if he's going to win this fight, he has to land some kicks on his legs and see if that's going to do something, wear him down. I think that may be one of his only weak points, and his chin may be suspect, but maybe not. We'll see. So I'm going to take Jon Jones by knockout in the first, and I'm actually going to take Jon Jones early in the second. I think he's going to beat the shit out of Machida early on or throughout the first round, and then come the second round, he's going to finish the job. I'm going to take Jon Jones by knockout or referee stoppage. I'm going to take Frank Mir by TKO or submission in the third round. I'm going to take Tito Ortiz by decision. I'm going to take Brian Eversole, and I'm going to take Mark Hominick, with the fight of the night going to, let's say, I think fight of the night will be Mark Hominick and the Korean Zombie, or an undercard fight. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Jon Jones will probably get knockout of the night, and Mark Hominick will probably get fight of the night, and submission of the night will probably go to an undercard that I didn't talk about. But if you liked my video, it was a little long. If you like my video, go ahead and subscribe. I have freestyles, silly little spoof videos I've gotten a lot of hate from, but who gives a shit. But I got a little array of everything, even the the topics that are, you know, a little bit more on the spiritual side. I dabbled even in that. But I also have videos of, you know, all things music, hip hop, rock, trance, study, you know, and wisdom related. So make sure you subscribe to my videos, like and or dislike, leave your comments, and then I'll try to respond to everyone back. But have a good weekend, be safe, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Alright, peace. Out. Out. And my dog's name is Milo, by the way, and he's cute as shit. Jack Russell. They are the shit. Out.